All right, you're looking at a daily chart of the Nasdaq, and welcome to my daily review. My disclaimer is don't do as I say, do your own due diligence. If I told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it? No. Okay. And after all, these YouTube videos are made for adults. They're not adult films. They're just made for adults, not for kids. At any rate, here you are, the Nasdaq. It traded back above the 200 simple moving average again today. It's playing teeter-totter with this black line here. It's going to have to go one way or the other. And it's 0.8% above. So that's positive for the bulls. And you could see in the month of January, today was the last session in January. In all 20 sessions, the new high, new low data showed positive for the new highs. In every session this month, the Nasdaq was a leading index, up 10.68% for the month. And you can see back on the daily, all the blue volume bars. And after the January 6th follow-through day, it's had several more follow-through days. Today was another nice day for the Nasdaq. Anyway, I don't trade the index, I trade stocks. And like I said, whenever the Nasdaq is up, we can pretty much guarantee that these stocks are going to be up. Here's Apple. They report Thursday. It was up nearly 1%. Google was another one that reports this week that has been up, and this moves it as well. It was up nearly 2%. Amazon, they report, wow, they all report on the same day. Okay, that'll be a busy day. Anyway, that was up 2.5%. So yeah, when the Nasdaq is up, these guys drive it. So Tesla up almost 4%. You can see it's really had a nice run off the bottom, back through the 50 there as it broke out last week. Anyway, I want to take a look at some of the different stocks today. The home builders, they've been showing strength. I know it doesn't make sense with higher rates, but we just go by price, as our friend Brian Shannon says at Alpha Trends. And here we go. This is Lennar making a new high today. I believe it's a 52-week high for Lennar, and that looks good, breaking out of that base right there. This is one of the stronger stocks. This is a GRBK, I believe, Green Brick Partners. It's a smaller outfit, light volume. They made a new high today as well, and you can see that nice pattern there. I guess if you look at the weekly, it looks like a lot of consolidation there. I believe they build family homes, in the Dallas, Atlanta, mostly in the South. Anyway, that's a good stock, good looking stock, good looking chart. Meritage, these things are all looking kind of similar here. This one looks like it has room. It's showed a nice consolidation there. Earnings due tomorrow, so beware. I had some friends who didn't know that ALGM reported today and was up 10%. That's a nice surprise to wake up to. Pulte was up nearly 10% after reporting strong earnings today. Pulte is one of the leading home builder stocks here. And so these home builder stocks, one of the top groups here in the top 21 and performing well. And another group that's kind of related is a construction group. This is Builder First Source. This one, again, is making highs. And you can see on the weekly here, just consolidating within a base. That one looks good. GFF is Griffon Corporation. This one made a new high today, bouncing off its 10 EMA. That's always a good sign. TGLS, this one is kind of a thinly traded one. I know a lot of people like it, just finding support. It's 10 EMA. So Technoglass, they make thermoacoustic glass for commercial and residential buildings. Yeah, like I pretend to know something about them. I don't know anything about that company. Just that it's showing strength. Anyway, let's go to my favorite group, the retail group. There's CROX. Talked about this one, how it's forming this little bull wedge pattern here. It's been rising with the heavy volume and then pulling back to moving averages on lighter volume, then rising on heavier volume, now pulling back to moving average on lighter volume. Today, it was up, 3% on about average volume. So that's just making this bull wedge. They have earnings on February 16th. I would be surprised if they weren't at least decent. The dentist, all right, the department store. This group is number 2 group. They only have like 6 stocks in the group. Macy's, Nordstrom's, I forget the others. But anyway, this one made a new high today and breaking out of this base. The train is leaving this station. The dentist is pulling teeth and it's on the run. This is ON Holdings, ON. I keep coming back to this one because I like the pattern here. I know a lot of people don't like this type of action here, buying on the bottom, 26% off its highs, but I'm seeing the product all over the place, and I like this chart. I call these like Jim Morrison charts, and I have more for them here at the end of the video because they've been down so long. Anyway, another retail stock, the Foot Locker, has been showing strength as well, and this one has broken away from its base and is getting a little extended here. And ASO, I've never been to one of these stores, but I know they have 259 stores at least across the southern United States. And I live here in southern Arizona, but I don't think there's one here. It made a new high today. And they have earnings at the end of next month. So you got plenty of time here, folks. That looks strong. I'm going to go to the one that I haven't covered much lately, the commercial services leasing group. This is another strong group, number 12 group. And this is United Rentals. If you just look at the weekly chart here, this consolidation, this tight trading here, 3 weeks tight before it just exploding higher. This one is a cash cow. Yeah, they had earnings last week. And United Rentals is the leader of this group. This is H&E Equipment Services, heavy construction. Why buy it when you can rent it? That one is pulling away as well. Ryder, Ryder Wrench Trucks. You've seen the advertisements, right? And this one's just forming a base here, kind of, trading a little tight. I wonder how that looks on the weekly. Yeah, this looks real nice here. Ryder Systems, their earnings are the day after Valentine's Day. So maybe somebody will get a gift there with Ryder. And WSC, I've seen this stock a lot on my screens. I don't really know exactly what they do, modular space. So I guess they make, like mobile homes. But this one is set up in a nice flat base there. So that looks good as well. Anyway, I rarely cover that group, so I thought I would do that today. I'm going to get back to something that I like a lot, and that's the biotech, Vertex. I like this stock a heck of a lot. This one made a new high today, but they have earnings next week, so you got to be careful. RVNC, this is the biotech stock with the Daxify, the anti-wrinkle cream, which rivals Botox, and there's a lot of people interested in looking better on their Zoom calls. So I might get some Daxify. My wife says I need some, but I'm not going there. Anyway, I'm going to move on to another one of my favorites, TGTX. I like this because it's got, not just because it broke out and it's running higher, but they have the multiple sclerosis drug that they just launched last week. It's the best drug at the lowest price, and it's covered by insurance. Those are the three things going in its favor, and obviously the stock is really strong. The last one here was SUPN, and I got to be honest, I don't know a lot about this. I just see it on my screens all the time, and it just keeps making new highs. It was down today, but made a new high and pulled back. Anyway, that's it for biotech. I want to go to oil. Got to go to oil. Some people think I spend too much time on oil, but anyway, OII making new highs today. This is the oil and gas field services, the number one group, and I wanted to get to a couple under $10 stock here. This is RIG. It's a driller stock. Transocean, it used to be a really high flyer. And if you look at this thing used to be way up there with $100, and now it's getting its mojo back, and it's trending higher. What can you say? That stock is strong. This is Valaris. This one, it was in this base and it broke out, and then it pulled back to the buy point. Does that sound familiar? We've seen a lot of that lately, and hopefully it can regain its footing and make new highs. This is Champion X Corporation. It's formed this base here. Got to look at the weekly. You can see this consolidation pattern here. I don't know how many weeks this is. 48 days. Okay, 19% depth in that base, but it's got a buy point right there, and that one looks good to me as well. I told you I'd show you some down and outer stocks. Some people say, you know, some of these stocks are too expensive. Want some cheaper stocks, setup and basis. So I'm going to just go through a couple of them that I like. TOST. Now, this is in the same group as a 4, which I prefer, and the finance credit card payment. And you can see that it's been consolidating for a long, long time. But, you know, it's got a lot of overhead supply, and this is why I do not like these types of patterns. But anyway, I just thought I'd show these setup and bases here. That's TOST. The Jim Morrison play is a HashiCorp. This one just got its 200 moving average here. As it was an IPO at the end of 21. Great time for a software company to become an IPO. But pretty solid companies, got these solid revenue numbers. But in this base, I like it maybe above 34. I mean, this is not really my style, but like I say, it's Jim Morrison stock. It's been down so long. InMode is another one. They have earnings on Valentine's Day, and it's been in this flat base for a long time. You could see, you know, trading between 38 and 30 pretty much for, you know, 7 months. Boy, that one would drive me crazy. And then OKTA, that's called opportunity cost there, when you got your money tied up in something that's not moving. OKTA is another one. This is a, you know, quality company, but you could see it's you know, 64% off its 52-week high. I'm sure it's more off its all-time high here. But it has formed this base. It's sold off. It's got that little fish hook pattern, and now it's you know, got a buy point there, 74.18. If you like that type of trade, those are some cheaper stocks for those of you who are cheapskates. The price of the stock shouldn't matter. We're looking for a percentage. Anyway, that's my daily review today. We never give up.